Right.
Project Author 2.0.
Our goal is to make you authors. And I'm here today to talk about um, two general things. Number one, how to turn your book into an Amazon product. And the second one would be how you can start building your own platform online. So let's face it, being an author here in the Philippines, it's is very hard compared to when you're doing it, for example, in the United States. Bakit? They have a lot of reception for authors there. It's easier to distribute. Mas refined yung system nila doon. Um, and they can also distribute all over the world. Easier for them, while for us, it's hard to make our book international. With Amazon, that is something that you can change. So I've seen people do it where they get to the number one best-selling list of Amazon. In which category? Usually in a category that's niche, very niche, right? So we'll start with how can you turn your book into an Amazon format? Kasi Amazon doesn't just allow you to upload any kind of format. And if you try, it doesn't look so nice. Since it was mentioned na rin, my book CEO at 22, you can get it from my site. I'll show it later. Or of course, I'll extend a super special discount for this group if you want to get it. It's basically just my story on how I started out as an almost kick-out student of LaSalle, failing 28 units, which is actually a death sentence if you want to start a career, and how I started SEO Hacker, which is it's now a multi-million company with 50 people inside, working full time. But I started it as a freelancer with nothing but 1,300 pesos in my bank account. So it's my journey to as I start. And why I'm selling it at 649. Why it's priced that way? Because I chose to print it colored in white paper. So that's because my target market are people want to who care about quality work. Yun kasi yung branding namin sa SEO Hacker. We're about quality, doing things ethically. Um, yeah, so that hopefully you get some insights from that, and I'm gonna show you how I turned this book into an Amazon format. Oh, sorry. We'll do the 50x your business na lang, my second book. So, books start today as manuscripts, digital manuscripts. And the 50x your business started that way as well. I wrote it in Evernote. Doesn't matter if you want to write it in Microsoft Word, Notepad, Evernote, whichever place you want to write it, that's okay. But the writing today is usually digital. Very, very few people now write in pen and paper kasi you'd have to type it again din eh. When you publish it on digital, here's the thing. You cannot upload that into Amazon kagad. So if you try uploading it Word file, it's gonna look bad. Mukha siyang sabog. If you try to upload it PDF, kahit pinadesign mo yung PDF, it's still not gonna look good. So I want to show you first the designed version of 50x your business. I'm looking for it right now.
Hi, Sean. May I ask, what made you choose Evernote as your platform?
It's actually I use it all the time. That it's easy for me to search inside
Mm-hmm.
Evernote. Their search function is very sophisticated. That's what I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy also to organize your chapters there for me. It's also easy to use Kindle Create, but I don't have Kindle Create in all my hardware. Like Evernote is in the phone, it's in my laptop, and it's on my desktop, which I'm on now, and it syncs automatically. Um, that's one big reason why I chose Evernote. So I'm having a difficult time looking for my book inside my files. Um, must be, yeah, here. Found it finally. All right. Sorry for that. Here's the book designed. Now, kahit gaano kaganda nung book, so I had it designed so it's ready to print. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna wanna hold, have that book in your hand. Eh. It's hard to feel like the book is born when you don't have it hard copy. At least that's how I feel about it. So I want it hard copy. This is the design already. This is the cover. How to grow your business, people, and revenue the right way. So why the title is like that? Because from a freelancer, just me, when I was starting out, a fresh grad, almost kicked out, and how I grew it to 50 people. 50 people working in-house for SEO Hacker. So it's the story. And I have the introduction, of course, the acknowledgement for blank, di ba? For blank. Thank you for ganyan, ganyan. So that's it here. And then this is also where I usually sign the copy. Table of contents. And then per chapter, this is how I designed it. So this is chapter 1 after the millions have been made. And then I have quote there. And then this is the design for the inside page. Now, as nice as this looks like right now, and as nice as I can imagine it to be once it's printed, if I try to upload this in Amazon, it looks horrible. It really looks bad. So you cannot upload it PDF. You can't do it that way. So what you use is Kindle Create. If you've ever used Amazon's Kindle either on your mobile phone or in a literal Kindle in the hardware, I have the Kindle right here. The Kindle doesn't have a lot of fluff. It's just straightforward text on easy on the eyes white paper. That's it. White screen. So they designed it this way, and as authors, we have to adapt to it that way. So Kindle Create is pretty straightforward in there. This is the front page of the book in Kindle Create. You can't do a lot about this. This is how it looks like. But when you get to Amazon KDP, where you're gonna upload this, you can upload one cover, and that's it. And that's how people will see it in Amazon. Pero yung loob, this is it. So it's pretty straightforward. This one is formatted as the chapter title. So when I click subtitle, it changes. When I click title, goes back. Pretty straightforward. That's it. These are the elements. Di siya ganun karami. Like, it's so easy to understand and there's not much options talaga.
Sean,
So this one is...
How do they get to Kindle Create? You have to have an Amazon account first, right?
No, you can download this for free. So just punch in Kindle Create on Google. Let me try that now. So I'll share it here. Kindle Create. There you go. The first result is the Kindle Create, and you can download for PC or Mac. Right? You download that, you install it, you're done, you get this. You paste everything inside the project. So you open a new project, you paste all of your content there, and then you format it. That's it. This one is the chapter subtitle. And this one is gonna be subtitle as well, I believe. Yeah, subtitle. So here's the introduction. So after the title page, it's gonna be the introduction.
So you uploaded
The introduction.
You uploaded your PDF on Kindle Create. There. That's how it looks.
No, I didn't. I just copy pasted it.
Uh,
I copied the Evernote and then pasted everything here.
if you don't have Evernote, if you're using just a Word file or Google Doc, can you do
It's
the
gonna
same
work.
thing? It's gonna work.
Yeah, it's
But
gonna work.
you have to format it with the tools in Kindle Create.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you paste it here,
Mhm.
it's just gonna look the same all the way. You have to format it here.
Okay. But the good news is you can download Kindle Create for free. Tama?
Yep.
For free for Mac or PC. And so this is great news for, especially for the Project Forward mentees who are here, to the Hera, Gerald, Anna, Jarrett, etc., because they have almost finished manuscripts. And instead of waiting for ABS-CBN books to get back on its feet, they can actually go ahead and publish or self-publish on Amazon. So this is how important this is, Hera. Guys can already publish your stories ahead of time, even before ABS-CBN books. You can have the digital rights to yourself, and then maybe have another publisher print your book. Okay. So yun lang. Sorry, Sean, for making sing it.
No problem. No problem. Important stuff din naman yung na-mention mo.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is how you split it. So after my title, I have the introduction. Pretty straightforward formatting here. I believe I used the first paragraph. No. Body text, yeah. Body text. That's what I used. And then this one I just put it in bold. And then you insert a chapter page. This is how you split it. Insert a chapter page. That's going to be chapter 1 for me.
Mm.
This is how it looks like. So this one, chapter title, chapter subtitle. This one is the opening quote and the opening quote credit. Straightforward. After the chapter page is the content. That's it. So this one is just copy pasted.
Can you just
And
upload
it's the
the whole
same.
Word doc and then it will appear? So you have to
Yeah, just
copy and paste
copy paste. Yeah.
from Word doc. Okay.
It doesn't allow you to import eh. Parang there's no import from Word or import from PDF. There's nothing like that. It's really just control C, control V. That's it.
So
And then you
tsagaan lang.
format it
Kailangan
here.
lang matyaga.
Yeah. Yeah. And then same chapter 2, chapter title, chapter subtitle, opening quote, and quote credit. That's it. That's all. These are all the things you can use to format your
Hmm.
Kindle Create ebook. After this, you're gonna want to save it if it's a work in progress, and then when it's done, you hit the publish button. Now, when you hit the publish button, you save it as a .kpf, and then what Kindle will do is it will ask you to connect.
Publish.
Yeah, it's gonna ask you to connect your Amazon KDP account to the Kindle Create. I did it already, so I can't show it to you here. But if you have an Amazon KDP account, which you need to have if you're gonna start this entire thing,
Hmm.
you're gonna just create it to your to your Kindle Create, so that when you hit the publish button sa Kindle Create, diretso na siya dito sa KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, si Kindle Create is an app you download and install on your computer. Kindle Direct Publishing is a website. I'm using the Chrome browser. And it's Amazon's platform to host
Hmm.
your ebook and everyone else's ebook. So I have 3 ebooks right here. I have CEO 22, which is here for $9.99, and it's an ebook. This is live because it's people can just buy it right now as I speak. I
Hmm.
have my short and quick ebook, How to Make Remote Work Work, which I published last year because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
and it's selling for 199, and I have 50x your business right here, which is right now just an ebook, wala pa akong hard copy because of the pandemic, and it's selling for 519. How do I gauge for how much I'm selling it for? It depends. So with CEO 22, why it's 999 here is because on my own site, sean.c/book, I am also selling it for 999.
So it's not
So when you
exclusive
click,
to it's not exclusive to Amazon.
it's not exclusive to Amazon, but you can opt to make it exclusive to Amazon, and Amazon says that it will help you to promote, it will list you better. But in my experience,
Same.
it's the same. In my experience, it's the same, and that's why this is just 519, because I tried Amazon's exclusivity.
Mm.
So it's just the same. It doesn't sell more than when
Mhm.
you also are not exclusive with Amazon.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi,
So
Sean. You did mention a
yep,
while ago na Amazon, if exclusive, will help you promote and sell better.
yep.
Had they been like true to their statement or to what they say, that they really
May,
help you promote?
maybe they have,
but
but if you ask me if I feel it in the bottom line, not really. That's the problem. So, although there are a lot of articles that also say you still have to work on it and help Amazon promote it as well, and you have to run your own promotions. Sometimes you have to have a day where you give away your ebook and get some clamor and buzz. But I would argue that if you do that, even if you're not exclusive with Amazon, it might happen all the same, you know. So maybe it's just me, but I don't have statistical significance to have a conclusive evidence for you na, you know, they're really helping you if you're enrolled in their exclusivity. So right now, from my data, I can't really say that it matters. That it matters.
going back to production, Sean, how long did it take for you to copy paste your book, your manuscript 50x to Kindle Create and format
It
it, etc.?
it
Did you
was fast, like in a day, done. 50x your business is somewhere 38,000 words. So it's not too long din naman. Kaya mabilis ko lang din siyang natapos. Just one sitting. It's just 8 chapters.
Hmm.
So I have chapters that are long, like chapter 5, firing and building a great team.
Hmm.
But I have chapters that are also short. Like
Mhm.
chapter 7 is short. The
Did
heart the heart of every
you
business.
copy paste chapter by chapter, or you copied the whole manuscript and then paste isang bagsak lang, or did you do it?
I did it chapter by chapter.
Okay.
So it's easier that way because you add chapter pages here. So
Mm.
if I add the chapter page, for example, there you go. This one says empty.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm.
So let me just go back. Let me try to add it somewhere here. Chapter page. There.
Okay.
And then I could for example copy paste. So this could be,
After the
where was it?
chapter, you put an empty page talaga. Sadya mo yun.
Um Hold on. Yeah. After the chapter, so if I click on chapter 1 here, this is where I am. If I click on chapter page, um there.
Okay.
Pwede ko siyang wait. Yeah, I can click and drag it, right? So it's flexible that way.
Mm.
So I know, sorry, it might be confusing because I say chapter 1 here, but how to add this page is actually called a part. It's a part page in Kindle Create.
Mm.
So I just use the word chapter. I like the word chapter better.
Mm.
than part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
Okay.
But if you're going to use Kindle Create, it's actually, this is what it calls a part, right? So part title, part subtitle. If you want to put in an image,
Okay.
which I didn't, this is how it's going to look like.
All right.
A chapter is the entire body of text that you have, the entire story.
Hi, Sean. It seems like Evernote is really for author work, no? I mean, I think it's really cut out for authors like us. Ganda niya eh.
It's an amazing tool. So I use Evernote Note for everything. Everything's here. So for example, my I have a talk on with Shell uh next week. Next week. So I met with the team kanina and I copied notes on how I'm going to be talking for the Shell resellers. Um, it's a big deal. They're paying me for this, so I have to create a new PowerPoint. So it's not just me writing my books here. It's actually me also taking notes. And then I have our weekly stand-ups here. So for example, I want to keep track of what I did today. It's all here. April 11. Okay, these are the things I did today. I did a lot today. I did a week's worth of work today. So I did a lot today. But yeah, it automatically tells me what I did for the day. And um, I asked Mr. Joey Marcelo, the CEO of Sante Barley, about. I asked him questions. I had a mentorship meeting with him last week, Friday, which is a holiday, but he agreed to a 1 hour meeting with me. So all of the stuff here, passwords, everything, everything I put in my Evernote. So that's how I use it. You can use it however you want, but in writing my book, let me just see how I can show you. If you guys want to use Evernote, here's how I did it. I have the notebooks. You can just add a new notebook. My notebook's name is Boot Scaling because that's supposed to be the title of the book, not 50x your business. But Coach Ardy mentioned na medyo parang hindi siya gets, which I agree. Parang boot scaling, it's too entrepreneurial a term compared to 50x your business. So I changed the title of the book when he was done reading it and he did the foreword. But here's how I did it. Book Scaling Chapter 0, Introduction, the Business Route. Okay? This is my acknowledgement. These are my sons, Leo and Sage. Courage and wisdom, so that you will know how to grow your own startup someday too. And then I have the introduction here. And vision statement for the book. I have my vision statement so that I don't lose track of why I'm writing it. I have my notes from yours truly, Mr. Ardy Roberto, which I applied 100%. And I have my bonus chapter, How to Make Remote Work Work, which I sold in Amazon as a separate ebook because it's extremely long. This is the outline. That's chapter 8. So you can see how long it is. It's super duper long. And it's actually something that we also do in SEO Hacker. So I decided to sell it off as its own standalone ebook at $199. And all the chapters are here. As you can see, it's not designed. There's no design here. I didn't have it designed. I just wrote and wrote and wrote. And then I have 3 action points. That's how I write. Sometimes it's 3 lessons. Sometimes it's 3 questions. In this case, since it's 50x your business, it has to be actionable. So I ask 3 questions to the reader. So again, I'm not saying Evernote is the best out there. In fact, may mga ibang software na really for writers. I forgot the name, but it's really designed for you to write books. But what's sustainable for you and what's consistent for you? Stick with that. If it's Word, which I wrote CEO 22 in Word. I didn't write in Evernote. So whatever is sustainable and consistent for you, stick with that because that's how you're gonna give birth to your book. It's not about the tool. Diba? Sabi nga dun sa book na Rework, if you've ever read that, tone is in the fingers. If you're a guitarist, it's not about the guitar. It's about who plays the guitar. Tone is in the fingers. So, um, yeah, don't want to get carried away, but thanks for that Evernote question. So going back, um, Amazon Kindle Create, play around with it. It's not hard to learn. Play around with it. You're also not going to be able to break anything because, for example, if I delete this entire section and then I write stuff here that is wrong, I could easily just undo it. So there's Control Z, easy undo, and then you could go back or open a project or open recent stuff that you saved if you want to roll it back. But of course, don't forget to save your work when you've made good progress, plus 800 words, plus 2000 words, whatever it is. Save your progress. That is very important. Going back to KDP, maybe you're wondering how did I price, for example, 50x your business, which I made an Amazon exclusive. Here's how it works. When you upload the book, the first step would be the book details. So I'm gonna go there. This is what's written in the forms. Is it English? What's the title? What's the subtitle? Is it a series? Di ba may mga Harry Potter, may series, edition number, author, or contributor. If you have contributors, you can put them here, designer, narrator, etc. Description. Medyo painful yung user interface nila. So you have to drag it down, put description here. I had to write this description. I didn't copy paste it from. Well, I copy pasted a lot of it from the introduction, I think. Yeah. And then I wrote some parts. And then publishing rights, keywords. Not sure how well this affects your exposure. Again, I haven't done a lot of promotion then myself on Amazon. Maybe that's one big reason why it hasn't sold as significantly as I'd hope. But I just put in keywords that are 100% relevant to the book. So scaling up, which is a term we use when you're expanding your business or growing it from a startup to a scale up to an enterprise. We don't say from a small to medium to large business nowadays. We say startup, scale up, enterprise. So that's what scale up means: entrepreneurship, growth, company growth, bootstrap, leadership, organizational health. And the categories, you can only choose two. So I chose entrepreneurship and organizational development. How many categories are there? A lot. It's unbelievably many. So these are the big picture categories. But if you expand them, it just goes endlessly, right? For education, reference. Look at that. How many categories is there?
Remember,
It's a
Sean,
lot.
we had a guest in the first Project Author 1.0, si Teresa Dumaap. Uh,
Yeah.
also on Amazon best number one bestseller, but she was very smart in choosing her category. Eh. A very niche, very specific. Kaya naging number one bestseller kasi it was a very specific niche. So
Yes.
that was her secret, choosing the category.
Yeah. I think her category was breastfeeding, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So,
Sir Shan, question mo.
yes, go ahead.
Uh, in terms of language, ano lang, ano na ba to? English lang po ba to? Or may Philippine na rito? Kasi parang before, parang tinry kasi before to eh, parang wala yata ang Tagalog.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
Mira, learn more about languages supported on Kindle. So
Yeah, there's no Filipino or Tagalog. You're right.
wala pa.
Yeah. It's English. Yeah. It's gonna be English for us. Yeah.
Okay. We'll need to translate.
Yep.
So that's a good question. I didn't know the answer to that until today.
Pero I was able to upload Buhay na Hindi Bitin, Pera na Hindi Bitin, Women Are Pogi, na naka-Taglish. Yung Buhay na Hindi Bitin, 90% Tagalog siya. Pero nasa English category lang siya. So, na-upload namin siya na kahit Taglish.
Yeah. I guess the only downside if an American downloads it and then di niya naintindihan tapos pina-refund niya. So yeah, I think that's the only way. Pero if like with RD you're selling it yourself,
Sa
di
title,
ba? Parang you're
Buhay na Hindi Bitin, alam na naman tao na
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tama naman. So if you're also selling it yourself to the Philippine market and just telling them you can buy it on Amazon, then it makes sense. Even if you put it in the English category. So yeah, that's the category. It's a deep rabbit hole, and choose the best categories that really describes your book. The deeper you can go, the better. You have the age range if it's a children's book. If not, you leave it blank, which I did. And then they have the pre-order as well. So the options are not shown here anymore because I released it na last year. Continue without saving. We have the content. The content is simple. You have to upload the manuscript. So see here KPF. That's the Kindle Create file. You can upload docx, which is the word file, or EPUB. But I'm going to advise against that because I tried that. It looks horrible. So just go with the Kindle Create
kahit sa EPUB.
and yeah, do your readers a favor and go.
Kahit EPUB.
EPUB, EPUB,
Our,
may
kasi I'm
may
using
discrepancies siya.
talaga, so aayusin mo pa rin. Pag upload mo from EPUB, you'll still have to check.
Yeah. So if you uploaded it na sobrang minimal lang ng design, like wala kang images, wala kang layout, parang yung Kindle Create yun. If you uploaded it EPUB na ganun, okay lang. It's okay. Even if you upload docx pero super minimal ng design, it's okay. But if you put in design or layouting, it's not gonna look good.
Okay.
So I suggest if you want to make it easier for yourself, just go with the Kindle Create, which I did. So imagine I already had the designed one, but I still use the Kindle Create.
Hi, Sean. Quick question. So when you upload it and then you realize na parang, oh shucks, may error ako, can you edit and then re-upload? Or once uploaded, yun na yun? Perpetual na yun?
No, you can re-upload. You can just upload it here again.
Okay.
With CEO 22, I uploaded it more times than I can count because I was figuring it out. Like, can I upload the design? How far of a design can I upload? And everything was not good. It's not good. So in the end, I had to stick with the KPF. And then here's where you upload the cover, which I mentioned earlier. This is what Amazon will show on the your business Amazon. So it's what they will show in the shop. There you go. That's it. Previewer doesn't work with me. Usually nagahang if I launch it here. If you have an ISBN, which is from the I think the Philippine Library, you can get an ISBN number. You have to register it with them.
National
You can
Library.
put here.
Pero for ebook,
Sorry.
you don't need. Yeah, you can use your print.
No.
But there's an ISBN generator, di ba? Sean, sa Amazon.
I haven't tried. Yeah, I haven't tried. For my CEO 22, I use JSON Loss ISBN. So I asked him if I can have him as a publisher. Pumayag naman siya.
Sorry guys, what's an ISBN?
It's
It's
short
like
of international.
Para siyang
Book
reference number.
number, parang international standard book, something like that. Book number.
You know,
Oo.
yung nasa baba ng ano,
Oo.
ng,
Bali yung
barcode.
National Library ang nag-i-issue.
So your barcode will be used on the ISBN. Here in the Philippines, I think you can already get your ISBN by going to the Philippine National Library.
National Library, yes.
Oh, okay. So we need to get one, of course, para for our book.
Yes.
Maganda din. Oo. Madali naman.
Yay, bibigyan tayo ng tips ni Doc Lorenzo. Kung paano tayo kumuha ng ISBN, guys.
May experience na kasi ako makakuha nun.
So did you do it online, Lorenzo?
No, I went to the Philippine National Library. You have to submit 2 copies of your manuscript, and then they check it for parang 1 week, so to make sure na wala talaga siyang kamukha or something.
Or plagiarism.
Oo, yeah, oo. And then you get back to them, and then ready na yung parang certification with the number ng ISBN.
You learned something new, something very important.
Thank you.
All right, cool. I didn't know that, but I know it's important if you want to sell it to the market. So for CEO 22, I got for 50x your business, which is still an ebook lang naman for now. I didn't yet. So here is the pricing. How did I price 50x your business that way? I checked this button out because they had their pricing support. So what this does is show you where you're going to get the most earnings from with a 50% royalty plan. My royalty plan is 70%. You could choose 70% or 35%. There's no 50% really. So I don't know why they're saying 50% here. But you have the option here, right? To use list price in a 50% royalty plan. Yes or no. But this is the chart. So I went with $5.19 somewhere here, which is supposedly still high for a 70% royalty plan. Like I'm still happy about that. But yeah, you could use this. It's just that for me, 50x your business, it's not for everyone. It's for business people, right? People who are not business people, they're not going to do anything with the book. So my target market is not a general market. So I didn't want to price it too low. And actually, even the $5.19 is already too low for me. But I'm just really testing out how well it will do right now. Because, it's just an ebook pa lang naman. And I'm still going to launch it someday after the pandemic is done. So this is just my test bed. That's why I'm not promoting it rin ng bongga. Kasi I'm still testing it lang. I don't have it in my own site as well kasi Amazon exclusive siya. So I'm not selling it on my own site yet. And after that, you hit the publish button. You could actually set a schedule here, but my option, wala na sa options ko yun because it's published already. But you can have the option of publishing it on an X day. Maybe next month or next month. And then you can allow lending for the book or not. With me, by default allow lending siya because I selected the 70% royalty, not the 35% royalty. So pag 35%, pwede mong not allow lending. Yeah, so those are the important things for the ebook. Before I move forward, maybe as a speaker, podcaster, do you have any questions?
Sir, in terms of category, mas mabenta yung self-help versus fiction.
I would say self-help is also very, very saturated. Very saturated. So, yung sinabi ni Ardy kanina na bestseller sa isang category, it's because it's a breastfeeding category. Maybe not a lot of breastfeeding moms are
Right.
publishing books and promoting it. So it did the bestseller there. But fiction in general and self-help in general, there's so many books
Yeah.
that's trying to compete there already.
Pero may mga subcategories naman siguro in fiction and self-help. Because
Yep.
until now, I think fiction is still the number one category in terms of ebooks. Mas marami pa rin bumibili ng fiction. And then self-help.
Yeah. So, for example, to give you an idea, if your fiction would be African American erotica, let's just say, I think not a lot of people are publishing there. So maybe it could be a bestseller there. But if you're gonna be fiction general, that's not gonna work. Because a
So
lot of
niche po talaga.
yeah. So if you're going for mystery and detective, marami na din eh. Kaya sa sobrang dami nito, break down na nga nila oh. Mystery and detective, now there's cozy, hardboiled. I don't even know what these things mean, right? But they broke it down because there's so many people writing about this mystery and detective fiction category. Romance as well, they broke it down because there's just so many books on fiction romance and science fiction. So you will see pag marami na sobrang saturated na nung category, they break it down.
Breakdown.
Yeah. So with the other one, self-help would be it would be nonfiction, right? Self-help should be here. There you go. Self-help, we have a lot. Compulsive behavior, general gambling, hoarding. Okay. So they broke it down. Probably a lot of books are competing for compulsive behavior.
Ano ng death, Sean? Go back to death.
Yes.
Go back, there, self-help, death.
Death.
There.
Ayan.
Yun, meron siyang yung isang book.
May category,
Yeah.
subcategory.
Subcategory. Can you press on that? Does it have any subcategories?
No, this one doesn't have a subcategory. I think actually this one not a lot of books. Kaya tatlong actually it's three things death, grief and bereavement. They crumpled it into one category because maybe not a lot of books are written there.
Okay.
Right, that's a tip for you.
So that's my assumption. I don't have the data, but I assume that's why they chose to lump it in just one category. Any more questions with Amazon before I go to platform building?
Anyone else? Maybe we can proceed, Sean, and then if they later on we can ask so that para
Okay. An author is a thought leader. You think, which is, by the way, a very rare thing in our world today. 99% of people don't think anymore. We're just entertained. So being authors, that's a big deal. Means you think. You have to share that thinking with the world.
It's not, we're actually thanking you, Sean, for not thinking about, even though you're so busy, hindi ka kuripot sa time sa amin at hindi ka rin hold back. So, actually, nag-2-1 ka pa. May Amazon na, may platform pa, may podcasting pa. So guys,
it's my honor.
Let's thank Sean and
Thank you, Sir Sean.
Salamat, Sean. We'll see you again.
Yes.
Thank you.
all right.
Baka magkita ulit tayo pag may plano na kami mag-Kindle. Baka kailangan naming i-rekindle yung Kindle process.
Anyway, guys, this is recorded, so I'll post this on the Ardy Roberto author YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to that. I'm not really promoting it. It's really, I just put it there for our use. I have the Life with Miriam and Ardy, which Jarrett helped me also make the intro. So,
Nice.
yun, maraming salamat, maraming salamat. Let me, sasagarin na namin Sean yung abuso sa'yo and ask us, can we ask you to pray for all the authors here and close us in prayer?
Of course, it's my honor. Let's bow our heads. Father, thank you for this time that you have allowed us to gather here and spend one precious night together in this world where lives are lost every day and time is getting shorter, it seems, for everyone. Help us to value our time, help us to value our relationship with you and the thoughts you put in our minds so that we can write it down and share it with the world. We pray, Lord, for the authors here. May you continue to inspire them and fan the flames in them so much so that they would be willing to endure and push through in finishing the work that you have started within their hearts and minds. Guide them all the way to publishing and sharing who you are with the world. Pray a special prayer to Ardy. Thank you for his life, his desire to help other authors to finally put their thoughts and hearts into pen and paper and publish it. Bless his household. Bless Miriam in her pregnancy. May she have a good, healthy, a normal pregnancy and a delivery that is good, also safe and quick. May the labor be quick as well. May you give us also a good night's rest as we sleep. Protect us, our family members. Comfort those who are grieving. Heal those who are sick. And protect those who are serving in the front lines. Give you all the honor and glory tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank you
you.
po. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good
Bye-bye
Thank
po.
you.
night.
Thank you.
Night.
Salamat po,
Keep
Sir
safe
Sean.
po. Keep safe.
Everyone.
Night,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Ingat po, ingat po.
God bless.
God bless everybody.
Good night, good night. O, pwede na mag bibingka tsaka